Okay, let's try this again. Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory takes place tonight. 8 matches on the card. Technically 7 on the main one, but let's get this over. But we all know how it's going to pan out. Anyway, up first, pre-show match for the new Impact Digital Media title, Intergender Six Way, which pits Southern Savior John Schuyler, Crazy Steve, Falaba, the Hot Mess Chelsea Green, Madison Rain, and Thick Mama Pump Jordan Grace against one another. I don't know how things are going to pan out. I'm asking myself, what the heck is the point of a gender neutral title? I mean, sure, I know a lot of smaller independent promotions like PWX. I think Progress out in England, DDT out in Japan also have a gender neutral title as well. I mean, yeah, PWX here in the States, they have here in this state of North Carolina, they do have a gender neutral title. It's called the Pure title. That being said, I don't really know who's going to win this one. It's really like throwing darts blindfolded, especially since after Twitch basically cut tethers, there's ties with Impact when it comes to doing live Impact episodes on their Twitch streams, and now they're stuck solely on Access on Thursday nights. I'm hardly able to watch Impact Wrestling these days. Most of what I am watching is usually from the archives, both on Twitch and on Pluto TV. That said, if I had to pick any one of these individuals, I'll go with the one I'm most familiar with. And unfortunately, that's Madison Rain. Saw her in 2014 at a house show when they came by here. Next up, what I think is going to be the opener, a tag match. Heath and an opponent and a partner of his choosing against Violent by Design. A combination of Eric Young, Joe Doring, or Cody Deaner. It's going to be two of those three. Rhino has basically been excommunicated from VBD. So the question is, who is going to be the partner for VDB? I mean Heath, excuse me. Who will be the opponent for Heath? Partner for Heath. If it is Rhino, which will be a shock, which won't be much of a shock, I'm going to say Heath and Rhino win. But if it's not Rhino, or if Rhino leaves him high and dry, Violent by Design come out on top. Next up, the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. This is a 20-person battle royale. Yes, I said 20-person. Borderline Royal Rumble style match. This is a gender neutral match. The knockouts will compete with the guys. So far, only 5 have been announced. Rich Swann, Brian Myers, W. Morrissey, Chris Sabin, and Moose. There's still 15 more before 10 o'clock that need to be sorted into the match. Morrissey and Moose have formed a rather deadly alliance recently in Impact, and they took out 2 of the potential threats in The Draw, Sami Callihan, and Die Hard, Eddie Edwards. As for who wins this match, I don't know. If it comes down to Morrissey and Moose, I'm going to say Morrissey wins, but he still uses it to cash in the trophy for to swoop in on the tag title match winner later in the night. For those who don't know what the prize is of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, the winner, it's basically like Money in the Bank. The only difference is you can cash in on any champion. Hence why the match is gender neutral. Is gender neutral. Sorry if I'm a little distracted. There we go. Anyway, I'm taking W. Morrissey to win this one. And then he and Moose cash in on the winners of the Impact Tag Title match. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Next up, in my opinion, Knockouts Tag Titles. Seriously, why'd they bring these titles back? Decay. Jessica Havoc and Rosemary against the Inspiration, Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay. I'm going to say the Inspiration win this one. I like Decay, and I mean, I do follow Jessica Havoc on Twitch, but I'm not into the type of game she plays on Twitch. She's a big fan of first-person shooters like Call of Duty or Fallout. I'm not big into those. I'm more of a puzzle and platformer kind of guy. I used to do sports sims, but then when they turned them into borderline psychotic RPGs with microtransactions, fuck that shit. I say fuck that shit. Next up, three-way match for the X Division title. Trey Miguel, Steve Macklin, El Phantasmo. On paper, this would be a good match. But personally, I'm a little miffed about one thing. Traditionally, when someone and you're wondering, why is the title vacated? Well, that's because the last champion, Josh Alexander, decided to cash in Option C. What's Option C? Basically, this is where the X Division champion, after he's defended the title for a certain length of time, he can choose to trade it in for a shot at the Impact World Heavyweight Championship, established and concocted by Austin Aries back in 2012. And the concept has reaped a few more winners than it has losers. However, this leaves the X Division title vacated, and is usually determined who takes over the mantle of the X Division champion by way of an Ultimate X match. You know, the high wire, your spot fest spectacle. Two of these three guys are perfect for an Ultimate X. So I'm asking, why the hell is this match not going to be contested under the shade of the Ultimate X? I mean, I get the Ultimate X is dangerous, but it's a spot fest that's so inventive, so entertaining. Why is this match not being contested in the Ultimate X? The title not being contested in the Ultimate X. It just bugs me. And I mean, I've seen an Ultimate X live. And it was at the last Impact / TNA pay-per-view I either bought or attended. Bound for Glory, 2015. Give me the Ultimate X, Scott D'Amore. Either way, Macklin is the new guy, so I don't think he's going to be the one throwing the title out of the gate. It's boiled down to the spot monkeys, Miguel and ELP. Expect ELP to play dirty. I still question what's hidden in that boot. What is that boot of his that he uses to perform his super kick called Sudden Death loaded? If it isn't, whatever. But if it is, not going to be shocked. But any gateway, there's nothing the ref would do about it anyway because it's no DQ. Regardless, my pick to win and bring Impact Gold into the Bullet Club is ELP. Yes, I know this is not an E and this is not a P, but I do think El Phantasmo is coming out on top. Headbanger gonna bang tonight. We then move on to the Knockouts title match. Deonna Purrazzo, the Virtuoso, against Hardcore Country, Mickie James. Deonna has held that title for over a year. She's taken down the likes of Su Yung, Rosemary, Jordynne Grace, Jessica Havoc. Alicia Edwards, Kimberly, Melina. She's beaten them all. Now it's Mickie James's turn. If they're going to get that title off Deonna, they got to do it tonight. But even with Drama Queen Matthew Hodwalt, a.k.a. the husband of Shaul Guerrero, barred from ringside, I don't know if Mickie can pull it off, so it's a coin toss. But if I have to pick, I'm going to go with Mickie to win the title and finally shut Deonna up. Next up, World Tag Title match. Triple threat. The Good Brothers. Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, who have more or less allied themselves with AEW's Super Elite, or Super Click, which is Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Adam Cole, baby, against Hikuleo and Chris Bay of the Bullet Club, against FinJuice, Juice Robinson and David Finlay, former Impact World Tag Team Champions. Now again, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa did have a bit of a confrontation back in August with the Impact Tag Champs at the Resurgence event. Tama is pissed that basically Carl and Doc sipped the Super Elite Kool-Aid. Don Callis getting in their ears and having them throw away everything that made them as popular as they were in the OG Bullet Club. Men that Tama Tonga respected. So now it's little brother Hikuleo and Jay White's newest recruit, Chris Bay, having to step in to take these two dimwits down. But I think they're either going to, one, sneak away with the titles, or two, get blindsided by Morrissey and Moose when one of those two win the Call Your Shot gauntlet and become the new Impact Tag Champs. But as for who wins this match on the spot, I'm going to say it's FinJuice. But then there'll be easy pickings for Moose and Morrissey should they win Call Your Shot. And one of them win Call Your Shot. Finally, the main event for the Impact World Championship. The challenger, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander. The champion, the instant classic, Captain Charisma, Christian Cage, who signed an AEW contract. We all know this is basically Josh's option C contract match. And personally, I'm going to give this one to the walking weapon, mostly because it's a means to an end. Get the title off Christian so he can go back to Impact and focus most of his work there instead of bouncing between both Impact and AEW. That's the main reason for this matchup. It's basically to cut Christian off the leash and get Christian off the leash. So, to quote an old friend of mine, Pay-Per-View Picker 2007, who has long since left YouTube and shut his channel down like a decade ago, lock it up. No, you lock it up. You better lock it up. Lock it up. My lock it up pick of the pay-per-view, Josh Alexander walks in to Sin City, the challenger, but he is walking out of the Sam's Town Casino the new Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion tonight. That's all I gotta say for this episode, for this video. Leave a comment, smash a like button, smash the like. Anyone wants to jump in the chat, though I don't think they're going to at this point since I'm just about done. Mets2128 signing out. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.